Okay, hello everyone. This is my first video of today, and I am in a whole nother city. You guys can try to guess where. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm here on a mission. First thing I want to say is I want to thank there's many people who have helped me to get here to do this, what I call a mission. So what the mission is has to do with a lot of what Q talks about. And when he says these people are sick, a lot of you know what that means. A lot of you guys have seen a lot of arrests and a lot of different very evil things coming out about activities that many people in our country and around the world and a lot of politicians are involved in. And a lot of people are involved in covering up. And so part of my whistleblower journey is part of exposing that cover-up, and that's why I'm here right now. So I was reminded when I got here today, the last time I was here was I think 6.5 years ago. I am on my journey as a whistleblower. I had developed extreme post-traumatic stress disorder from targeting and various other things I will get into at a later point. A lot of whistleblowers have this. Mine was extremely severe, and I was at times paralyzed from moving, even from doing anything. So the last time I was here was another mission. It was to get help from some specialists who dealt with soldiers and people who had been in combat and had been targeted in their own PTSD journeys. And I thought that was the answer. And so I came here, and then I lived for the next 6.5 years trying to work it out, and could never really get true healing, I guess you could call it. But I did work with a lot of soldiers, and I did work with a lot of law enforcement and a lot of different victims and witnesses and whistleblowers and people like that. And one thing that I learned through all the work was something that I say PTSD is really about. Not just about this, but one of the major components is what I call trapped truth. And people with PTSD have a story inside of them, many stories, but a core stories about fear and pain and things they've had to hold deep within them. And that truth is trapped in there. And the reason it's trapped is because, well, there's a lot of reasons. A lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people are scared of it, which makes sense. Even doctors and psychiatrists and psychologists are scared of it. And a lot of people don't understand the rage that comes from trapped truth. And so there is this need for people with PTSD, whistleblowers, victims, witnesses, to get the truth out of their body, out of their soul, out of their minds. And that doesn't always mean every little detail, but it means a core story, at least to someone who has experienced it and can hear it. And I'm one of those people. So when I was here almost 7 years ago, I could barely function in this city. I had someone with me, but barely function. And being out amongst all these people, and the sirens especially, would have had me shaking the camera like this, but I'm now steady. So my journey is about walking into that fear. I'm gonna wait for this fire engine to go by. Now in my past, these sirens and this noise would have, like I said, got me shaking and my mind racing and panic and wanting to crawl in a hole from, this is what happens with PTSD. But my decision to go to DC and then coming on these trips into helping other people and other whistleblowers and other victims tell their trapped truth is also part of my own healing. And that is letting my trapped truth come out and my story come out, and walking into my greatest fear, some of my greatest worries, pushing past the fear of being targeted, even though that might still be happening or probably is, and doing something greater than myself, and that is helping a community at large. So that's why I'm here this weekend, and I will give you short updates as I go along, but I can't give out the exact details yet.